Good day, my name is Matt. Welcome to my channel. This is Doom Comes to Willowford, episode 9. I think it's 9? Maybe 10. See, I'm already trying to fuck it up. So a quick admin note here. I have had a couple episodes now, I think 2 really, maybe 3, of not a lot of excitement or activity. And if I was running this for a table with, players instead of myself, I would at this point want to insert some activity. Not only that, but I've had a handful of episodes or sessions that all tie into the main big story arc. And I don't like to simply run through one story. I like to insert a little bit of other things in there as well. So at this point, I was actually kind of looking for something that the group could do that would not necessarily be related to the main storyline. Another reason for this is I had already planned that Father Beoric, who is the person that they're actually coming here to see, will not be here for about a week. That gives the group a bit of downtime of nothing to do. So when thinking about this, I decided that the band will probably hang out in town, let nerves calm down a little bit. They'll probably rest a little. They are adventurers, and their pants would get a little antsy. They would want to start looking for something. As they are adventurers, they would likely go hang out at the local tavern, which I can't remember what it actually is called here. The Frothing Flagon. So while they are out hanging at the Frothing Flagon. So while they're hanging out at the Frothing Flagon, they heard some rumors about a site that was recently discovered. And as luck would have it, I was hanging out on Reddit today, and a fine gentlewoman by the name of Kate Korsaro, I think that's what it says. Kate Korsaro. Sorry if I screwed your name up, but they posted this. I love it, Savvy Donkey Press. She released this little adventure, and it is only 2 full pages. Got some cool little, I'm assuming that is AI generated. I'm not sure. But of course, the thing that made me really, made it really jump out at me is they got the coolest ass logo on there. God, where did they get that? Anyway, I thought, there's always a lot of comments in the solo RPG community about, can you run a established adventure at the table solo when you already know the map and you know what's ahead. Now, I've done a really quick read through this. Honestly, I don't really remember that much. I know it's a Crypt of a Queen. But I decided that the band has gotten wind of this place, we'll say north of town in the Gallows Wood, and they want to go check it out. So I printed this out. It looks great, except for the fact that I'm old. I don't know about you, but I can't read that. I have to put it, I got to do the old put it away from me and kind of try to read it. Yeah, I can't do that. Anyway, it looks great. I recommend it. I will probably put a link to it in the description. But I printed out the map. Now, at this point, some of you are like, Matt, how are you going to run it since you have the whole map in front of you? You know what? I'm just going to be an adult about it. Now, since I can't read the tiny little print on the PDF here on my iPad, it's Kate Korsaro. I'll put the link in the thing. But anyway, I have it here on my PDF or on my iPad, and I will use this to run my awesome group through this. And let's see what they've heard about this wonderful little crypt. We've got rumors, and you roll a d6. Let's see, they heard 3. Gold lies between the queen's sarcophagus. That's pretty cool. Hooks. Oh, there's some hooks too. maybe they had some dreams of the place. Man, that's kind of cool. So maybe they had some dreams about it, one of them, and then they heard rumors about it when they were hanging out at the tavern, and they decide to head out there. Let's see, does somebody in town know the entrance? So the main entrance here is a stone door locked with movable, adjustable dragon shapes that the heads are all looking outward from a crown that's sitting in the center of the door. Anyway, so the door is locked. People have seen it. Do the people in town, is somebody willing to guide them out there? I think that's probably going to be likely. And they are, 6-5. So they are able to get a guide to take them out here. And I'm going to do my old standard thing here with, that is the band as they are approaching this place. Again, they've heard that gold lies between the queen's sarcophagus. And they got some cool random event tables. Following the OSE kind of style, it's a quick little bit of information and then details if you go looking for them. It's kind of neat. Anywho, the band is going to suit up and get torches. They're also going to get oil because they've clearly discovered that you need to have oil in the dungeons here. So we approach the door. You can see there is a set of stairs that goes down into this. Wait, those stairs are actually going up. Ooh, neat. Which actually, if you look at the artwork, I believe that is supposed to be the outside. That is a fantastic image. So there are stairs leading up to this door. Let's see what they say. All right, so it's stone door locked, adjustable dragon shapes, one stuck, heads looking outward to a central crown. Aligning the dragon heads toward the center grants access. This seems pretty, it's a door with a crown on it with, it's stone, but parts are movable. The dragon heads are all looking out instead of looking in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to roll a saving throw for all of my party members here. And I'm going to let them add wisdom or intelligence to their roll and see if any of them can figure this out. Now, you wouldn't have to do it this way necessarily if you were playing solo, but you probably, if you were playing a different system, could do like a straight intelligence check or something, which I could do. But I think I want to use saving throw just because it's simple, and White Box has a history of using simple things like that. So Joseph needs a 14, and he has a +1 wisdom, and he utterly fails. All right. Hal has a 15 and a +1, and she utterly fails. Wow, this is going great. Sam does not get a bonus. He has a 14. He does not. Willona gets a +1, and she needs a 15. 18, okay. Let's just see Dagna does as well. Dagna needs a 13, and she has a +1. Okay. So two of them kind of crack the code. They're able to kind of study it. They're maybe the dragon heads are slightly movable, and they get the idea that maybe they turn one to the crown, and it makes a clank sound, and they know, when you're messing with locks, when it makes that clanking sound, that might be a good thing. Could also be a bad thing. There was also a little bit in here about a 1 in 6 chance that it breaks. So Dagna and Willona are going to start turning the heads. And let's see if one of the heads actually breaks. This would be bad because it doesn't say in here, but as a DM, I would assume if the head breaks, you probably got to rig it to make it work. All right, they're able to turn all of the dragon heads to the door, and as soon as they do that, they hear a bunch of clinking sounds, and then the door kind of creeps open, just opens just slightly into this room here. It is pitch black and damp inside. Let's see, moss-covered walls and floor, whispering gusts, sporadic sound of grating metal, crumbling stone. So they come into this room here. It's all obviously pitch black. So we're going to light up a couple torches. Hal is going to light a torch. Willona is going to. Got my handy little bag of stuff. And I am just going to, I'm going to put 2 little red ones on here. just so I know who's got the torches. Hal and Dagna are going to carry the torches tonight. Maybe I don't need those. Let's try this. Let's do this. We don't need all those, right? I am going to do this, though. All right, so Dagna has 2 oils. And Joseph has 2 oils. And Sam as well picked up 2 oils. Or no, Hal did, because Hal likes oils. She used oils in some of her. These are my little cubes that I use. I picked them up. I think this was like $5 on Amazon or something. But I use them because it's easier and cheaper than actually having minis. We enter this room, and the description says, Dragon Cult Mosaics, tiles missing, cracked mirror with faded inscription, dentin sensor on the floor, and a tapping sound from the south door. So we immediately hear this tapping sound to the south at that door right there. And let's see, what does it say here? Inscription, ancient common tongue. I think I'm still going to require a check to see if they can read it. It is in common, so I'm going to give them I'm going to pull a 5e here and do an advantage. So I'm just going to, again, use saving throw at everybody that is going to try to read this inscription. So Joseph, he needs a 15. Or no, 14, I'm sorry. So Joseph gets it, and he easily tells everybody what it says. Grace is the dance of the soul, a quiet strength that allows us to face storms with poise and stand tall amidst the ruins. Interesting. Now the DM note says it's usable in room 14, so who knows what that means. Bronze dented sensor on the floor. All right, so Dagna is going to check out this dented sensor that's on the floor. Let's see, is it big enough that she can lift it? Yes, and that's a significant yes. So we're just going to say it's maybe a large bowl. It's all bronze. Maybe it's got some dragon carvings on it, but it might be worth something. So Dagna is going to pick that up. And this was probably used to burn incense or make offerings and that kind of thing. All right, there's a tapping to the south here, but there also is, they have 2 random tables in here that are kind of cool. While we're searching, we're going to be here for a while. And the rules they've got right here say 3 and 6 every other turn. This is for random events. And you roll a d6. And then also random encounters 1 and 6 every other turn. I'm going to say that we are going to be here a while searching this room. We're checking out the dungeon, right? So we're going to roll random events 1 and 3. Nothing happens. Random encounters. 1 and 6. So no random encounter. Okay. All right. Well, there's a door to the east. I think that would probably be the most logical way to go. Does not say if the door is locked or anything. Let's see if the door is locked. No. All right. So the next door is not locked. We will listen at the next door. Do we hear anything? No. All right. I'm just doing a straight, because I don't know what's ahead, I'm just using my oracle as just a general kind of what's going on thing. So we open the door to the next room. Stone plaques with names and achievements. Some are broken and scattered. Oh, that's kind of cool. So this room, we'll just say all along this wall, and this wall here are memorial plaques, and maybe they look like they're carvings, and maybe they look like scrolls with a rough carving of a humanoid, like a bust on the top. So maybe this one is the knight serving, fighting ogres or something like that. So maybe it's a knight with his sword over his head. It's just very rough carvings, but you can tell what they are. But it looks like a bunch of them are broken. Okay, so if you touch them, they're magic. And some of them, give visions. I think Joseph, being a bard, would be very interested in this. And actually, you know what I'm going to do right here? He has lore at 1. That means I roll a d6 if I get a 1. He might know something about this. He does not. Okay. But Joseph is going to go around and he's going to start really studying these things because this seems like something that he would be interested in. So he's going to start reading all of these different ones. And let's see here. I think he would probably they're probably old, falling apart, crusty, dust covered. So naturally he's going to kind of brush them off as he walks in. Oh, hey, we should move to the next room, eh? As he's reading these, he's gonna brush them off. And as he does that, the others might be reading them as well and maybe searching the room. But Joseph, being a bard, is very interested in the tale of this place. Hal is probably as well. She's probably inspecting these a little bit. But Joseph is a little bit more adventurous, and he's actually brushing them off. So what happens is, as he's touching them, he gets these visions. And it says one of them is a knight kneeling to the queen, and also the queen holding a dragon amulet. Now remember, him being a bard, he is probably really going to, as he's seeing these visions, first he's going to be a little bit shocked, but when he, touches it again, he's not shocked a second time, and he kind of gets, oh wow, when I touch these, I'm getting visions. He tells the rest of the group, but he and also Halronda are really going to take note, especially Joseph, this night. He's really going to kind of study the night and make sure he memorizes what he looks like. And then the same thing with this queen. He really wants to make sure he remembers. So he might go and touch that one a couple times. Note it to memory what they look like. Same thing with this dragon amulet. Is that unique? Is that something maybe they'll find it here? He's really going to take those things to heart and remember them. So they're going to be in here again for a while. So let's go back to the random events. Random events 3 and 6. Ooh, one of them does happen. What happens? 6. Transient reflection. Glimpse of a figure's reflection. Gone. Let's see how we can fit that into this room. All right, so Joseph is touching these. Oh, here we go. He's watching these different visions, and maybe there's some more of this queen or things that happened that are somehow recorded in these plaques. He's touching one of these plaques, and maybe it's the one with the dragon amulet. She's holding it up in front of an altar. Maybe she's putting it on her neck, but she goes through the same thing every time. And he's watching this over and over again, committing this dragon amulet to memory. The last time he's watching it, she puts this amulet around her neck, and then she stops, which she's never done before. And then she turns and looks at Joseph as if, breaking the fourth wall, like she sees him watching this vision. With that, he's done. He's like, F that, I'm not touching anything again. All right, let's see it. Oh, dang it. Come on, iPad. All right, random encounters 1 and 6. Nope. Whew. All right. So they appear to cover everything in this area. Let's see. Do they hear anything in the next chamber? They're going to listen at this door. Does this have anything? Nope. Okay. Yes, they do hear something. What do they hear? All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to assume that means there's something in that room. I'm going to roll on this D6 table to see what is there, what they hear. Let's not do bat, mate. Bats make little kind of cries, don't they? I think. I don't know. They make like little, almost like a chirping cry. I don't know. I'm not going to mimic it here. They hear some noises in the next room. Okay, so they get themselves all ready. This door is not locked. They're going to throw open this door and charge into this room. Hopefully, surprise whatever is in there. So they get their Hal gets starts to kind of get ready herself to do a spell. She concentrates really good. Willona gets out her, they've just been encountering nothing but undead. So she gets her holy symbol. It's on her mace, if you remember. She gets it ready. Dagna gets her mace ready. Sam gets his sling ready. Joseph, he gets his sword in one hand and a flask of oil in the other. They are going to throw open the door. Let's see if anybody's surprised. So this will be the heroes. Whoa, okay, well, that kind of makes sense. Now, hold on. Let's see about the bad guys here. The heroes throw open the door. And this chamber... Yes, I made more cards because I'm a nerd. AI-generated art. They open the door, and this chamber actually has a hole in the roof that these giant bats have been going in and out of. Maybe this is a mating couple. They're hanging from the ceiling, and the party opens the door. Joseph runs in. He's got his sword in one hand. He's got his flask of oil in the other hand. He runs in expecting there to be, goblins, ogres, skeletons, zombies, something on the ground. And instead, he looks up and he sees these two giant bats hanging from the ceiling. And he just kind of freezes. Hal bumps into him from behind. And then Willona bumps into him. And it's just kind of a big gaggle at the door. Now, let's see. Are these things... All right. I'm going to try to use a little bit of the rules here. So we can roll this encounter table here. We're going to see what these, their home has just been burst into. So it's completely possible that they're very negative. It's possible they might just leave. Let's see what happens here. Whoa. They're enthusiastic. All right, so with a 12, now, unintelligent monsters, I'm not sure how you would judge a bat. I think they're unintelligent. I think they're an animal. So in this case... I'm going to adjudicate that. I'm going to make a decision based on that roll. They're enthusiastic. To me, that means that they're not necessarily going to automatically attack. So our heroes burst into the room. They don't see anything on the ground. And then they kind of look up, and Joseph is surprised. He stops. They all bump into him. And these two bats are hanging. The commotion and the noise wakes them up. Maybe they were sleeping. The one bat drops down immediately, flutters around a little bit, squawks at him at the band, and then is like, F this, darts out the hole. A moment later, the other one does the exact same thing. The two bats, the party ends up not having to fight them, oddly. No. All right, so now they are in this room. They take a moment to catch their breath, appreciate their good fortune on that. And then they look around the room. Aged clay pots and stone bowls, remnants of coins, decayed food, a black altar holding a knife. So in the middle of this room is an altar, and on the altar is a knife. It says it's a ritual dragon knife. But it's covered in dust. So Dagna is going to approach it because she's a dwarf. She's treasure hungry, right? She wanders up, she, blows the dust off of the top of this, and that's when she realizes this thing is not just a plain old normal dagger. Oh, nice. It's cursed. All right, so she's got a little bit of a treasure lust there, so I think 100% she's going to reach out and grab that knife, while the other guys, they're all checking out these aged clay pots and stone bowls. So there's stuff scattered around the room. It looks like maybe this room was used as a ritual sacrifice using this dagger. Killed stuff, left it in the bowls, and then maybe the bowls were taken someplace else. But this is they're like stacked in the bowls are all stacked on top of each other or something like that. Maybe there's little shelves in the corner. So it says this is cursed. She reaches out and grabs it. 2 and 6. She attacks a random character. 3. All right. Let's do this too, though. She grabs it, and it tries to do something to her. I'm going to make a saving throw here. If she gets her saving throw, she does not. She thinks this dagger is nothing more than a plain dagger. Maybe it's got a black obsidian blade with a leather or Dragon knife. Yeah. So it has a black obsidian blade with a dragon, maybe leather made from a dragon tongue wrapped around the hilt. So what do you call that? Dragon leather hilt. Oops, can't spell. All right, so she thinks that's pretty cool, and she's going to pocket that. It says that they search everything else. There's some coins. I'm just going to roll. See how many gold coins they find. That's 11. I wonder if you guys make fun of me because all my dice have to be on 6. Now, while we're searching here, obviously we don't want to stay here very long because the giant bats kind of freaked us out. But we will roll on the random event table because we've been in here a while. 4. Oh, no, 1 does not. Okay, 3 and 6. And no random encounter. Phew. All right, we will stop right there. So one thing I wanted to add, and this, I guess you could write this up as a admin note. You guys never see this, but most of my videos, if it's a half hour long, it takes me at least twice, if not 3 times as long to edit. So I'm making an effort to cut that down. And by doing that, I'm going to try to focus on having some shorter episodes that are 20 to 30 minutes that are single take. You guys don't know this, but I say a lot of the word and, or, so. I say a lot of that during the course of these recordings. So frequently I go through and I edit those out so you guys don't have to listen to that because I find it annoying. So there you go. In the future, I'm going to try to do these in a much quicker 1 or 2 take edits so that I don't have to really do too much editing and I can get them done and get them knocked out and get them uploaded to you guys quicker. Instead of doing about 1 a week, I'd like to do at least 2 a week. So that is, I just did it again. That is the plan moving forward. With that, I'm going to stop right here and we'll pick up with them maybe tomorrow or the day after that. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.